Welcome back to the vlog. My name is Jenna Lee Miller. I am a New York City based actor, singer, dancer, content creator, social media manager, theater and brand coach, basically multi-hyphenate creative living in the city. Maybe I should just say that from now on, but I like listing everything. Welcome back. We are going to do a few days in my life. I am just getting ready for the day. It is Wednesday. Today we have, first and foremost, to drink our iced chai latte. We are missing the cold foam for this, which we're gonna stop at Target and get some because it's missing the cold foam, which is the best part. If you didn't know, I'm not a coffee person. I know, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get some comments. I love chai lattes. I think coffee tastes like dirty water. Sorry about it. So I'm getting ready for physical therapy. Then we're gonna come back here. We have a meeting with a client. I'm putting on the Rescue Balm color corrector. I love this stuff so much. Hero is one of my favorite brands. I also love their pimple patches. Who doesn't? PT, meeting, and then we're going to a special event, which I'm so excited for, at the Museum of Broadway. I don't want to put too much makeup on because, first alarm of the day, it's time to sign up for audition appointments. So why don't I show you how I do that? I'm a part of Actors Equity, which is the union for actors. 1 week prior to auditions, EPAs and ECCs, you can sign up for audition slots. Today at noon, you can sign up for EPAs, which is Equity Principal Audition. And then at 9 a.m., you can sign up for ECCs, which is Equity Course Call. So basically you sign into your account and then it will take you into your main menu of your Equity portal. And I'm gonna go to Actors, Casting Call, EPAs today. And then these are the EPAs that are casting today. I want to sign up for both and I have not gotten an appointment for either of them. I'm gonna first sign up for the Spamilton tour. Now you're in what is called the waiting room. So we have 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in this waiting room. Once we are out of the waiting room, you will be put in a queue. The queue is randomized, so it doesn't matter when you get into the waiting room. If you're in the waiting room, you will be added to the queue. Then you'll get a number, and then number by number, you get access to sign up for your audition appointment. Hopefully, I always say, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, good numbers. Hopefully I will get an appointment, because if you don't get an appointment, you can show up day of to the audition and try and get an appointment in person. That means you have to normally get up earlier. You don't know if you're going to get an appointment. You will most likely be seen if you show up in time for the audition, but you never know how busy an audition is going to be. Right now it's May, so audition season is really slowing down. Getting seen for an audition when you don't have an appointment is much, much easier than in January or February, where audition season is pumping. 27 seconds. Yeah. That is my second alarm. It is now noon. It is time to post on social media. And today I'm posting a collab with the Stages podcast. So I want to make sure I'm posting on time.
I believe certain roles find us when we need them the most.
In college, I went all in for Little Red in Into the Woods. Cookies, red dress, the whole thing. At callbacks, the director asked me to sing Moments in the Woods. As the music director was handing me over the sheet music, the director said, no, she knows it. Luckily, I did. The next week, I was cast as the baker's wife, my dream role. Then, a few weeks later, my father passed away. When I sang, sometimes people leave you halfway. Do not let it grieve you. No one leaves for good. I broke. We all did. That role became part of my healing. Theater gave me a way to grieve, to process, to grow. It gave me a way out of the woods. To me, love where you are now means honoring where you've been, trusting that even if you're in the middle of the woods,
You're still on the right path.
Share. I'll put a little graphic up so you can follow them along on socials. We are out of the queue, and as you can see here, we got an audition slot for 10 a.m. So as you can see, it is like random who gets an appointment and who doesn't. Some weeks and some days I can get really lucky, and some days I don't get an appointment. So we'll just show up in person on those days. Waiting for the subway. I have some Target returns. We're gonna stop here after PT, but I'm ready to get my sweat on. From PT, it started pouring on my way home. I have some lunch here, which is just that sweet kale salad kit that I had, and I topped it with a cut up burger. I have been craving the sweet kale crunch salad from Chick-fil-A, so this is my attempt to meet that craving. I'm just a drink kind of gal, so ice water with lemon in my Stanley. We're romanticizing our day a little, so we have a vanilla Coke with lime that I squeezed in there. The rest of my iced chai latte with the cold foam that we got at Target. I have about, wow, 20 minutes. I need to eat lunch, do my makeup, and prep for my meeting that I have at 3 o'clock, because right after our meeting, we need to head to the Museum of Broadway for the American in Paris 10-year cast reunion panel. I am so excited. I saw this show when it came on Broadway, and it was stunning. It was so good. I can't even express to you. Being a dancer myself, I thought the dancing was actually next level, and I could never do that type of dancing. I'm not a ballerina princess, okay? I'm much more Hairspray, Grease, Footloose, high energy cardio kind of dancer. I love going to the Museum of Broadway for the museum, but also for these amazing panels. I just went to the Legally Blonde Search for Elle Woods panel reunion. I heard some good stories.
For this shoe that flew off my foot during So Much Better, which surprisingly millions of people have seen now. Used to wear those ugly dance shoes because she had the line, "You've got the best freaking shoes." Right. So Jerry and I had a discussion. We were like,
Jerry Mitchell, the director.
he goes, "Would you, should we just get like Pradas and Gucci's and, designer shoes for you?" And I said,
and Lauren Bell said, absolutely not.
They didn't have a strap at first, and they put a strap on, and then it happened again, and that's the one that's on the internet. And then they put an industrial strength elastic, and that is now in the glass display that you'll be able to see.
done my meeting. I love my client so much. She has a new show coming to the Hollywood Fringe Festival. So we've been promoting that, and she also just released her first solo album. Now I am walking in the rain to the subway because we are headed to Museum of Broadway.
Co-producer of An American in Paris on
Yay.
Broadway. Had you had singing experience, like when this was presented to you as an audition, or?
I had done choir in high school, I had done singing lessons, but when Chris asked me at a New York City Ballet gala where I had tap danced pretending I was Fred Astaire, and he said, "Can you sing?" And I said, "Depends on who's listening."
It was just like sort of a stand and plant and look fabulous in a dress, which I was really good at. But by the time it came to Broadway, I think there must have been some, backstage discussions that it didn't move us anywhere, and so we ended up swapping it out for Shall We Dance, which is an up-tempo, and segued nicely into moving into the end of the act. Was it the end of the act? See, now I don't remember anything. I've had 2 children.
The day of our invited dress, and invited dress rehearsals, as we know in New York City, are like a smattering of friends and family. Maybe we take the center section of the mezzanine, and we thought it would be the same over there, and we had never run the show from start to finish. With tech, with the orchestra, with everybody. We had never done a full run through, and it was the night of invited dress, and we were gonna do a run through that afternoon before the invited dress, and then we were gonna do the invited dress. And halfway through Act 1, one of the set pieces in the flies, I think it flew up, broke in half, and then crashed down onto the stage. Then they brought in the fire curtain. It was like a whole debacle. We canceled that run through. And then we were gonna do the invited dress. What we found out, I think I found out that day, right? I think we all found out that day that the invited dress over there is open to the public, and it was sold out.
The same. And I'm very curious as, going into Broadway and then doing a show where you're doing the same thing every night. What was that like for you, and how did you try to keep your bodies in balance? And is that the same for singers as well? Is that something that you have to think about when you're always kind of singing the same songs night after night? Where does it apply?
Your turn.
Want me to go first?
Yeah.
I was in the ballet, in the Royal Ballet. So I did do a huge variety of work, because you'd be rehearsing Sleeping Beauty in the day, doing Swan Lake at night, rehearsing something else, this, that, and the other. So doing the same thing every night was a huge change for me. But for me and my personality, it actually suited me well, because I was like, well, if I did it last night, I can do it tonight. Whereas in the ballet, I was constantly questioning myself, because it was always something new. I never felt prepared enough. So it actually suited my personality more doing it this way round. But as far as my body's concerned, a lot of the arabesques happen to be on one leg because one of my leg lines is prettier than the other. So it just happened that that line, we're like, okay, let's do that leg again. So that leg got really good, and the other leg got a lot worse.
American in Paris threw the doors open for me as an artist. I'd made a lot of ballets up until that point, and was still loving it. But you showed me and gave me the confidence to step into a new world.
To each and every one of you in the room who contributed to the show with your own talent. There's so many familiar faces, as you were saying, dressers, people who worked on the costumes, the sets, the company man, everyone who's in the room. It's so beautiful, and I just wanted to gather everyone for 10 years. It's been 10 years.
Really thankful to the Museum of Broadway for inviting me. I love when they host panels because it is normally a group of people that love each other and want to be there, want to celebrate theater, so I love it so much. It is now about 7:06 and I am hungry. I'm very hungry for dinner, so we're gonna make a little steak frites with some corn on the cob. I'm very hungry, so let's go make some dinner. It is 9 p.m. and it is now time to get ready for bed. But while I am laying in bed relaxing, I do have some work to do on my laptop for a website for a client. I need to edit just something very small. I fear I am very behind editing content. I just need to find the time and energy to actually edit it all. Edit it all. Speaking of events, last night I saw Lights Out, the Nat King Cole new musical at New York Theater Workshop, and it was so good. Like, I'm talking so good that I'm still thinking about it 24 hours later good. I also recently saw Goddess at the Public Theater. That cast had so many Broadway veterans. Their resume was longer than my grocery list. It was so good. The music, the costumes, the dancing. The music made me want to get up there and dance with them. It was so good. I need to get going before I lose all my motivation for the night. And action. Good morning. It is 9:03 a.m. I made my iced chai latte with cold foam on it. I was up very late last night prepping content for today because today we have to shoot a brand campaign, a collab, and also just like backlog content, like funny theater content. We're going to a new studio today. It is called 3 of Us. Pinch me. I have a really big audition coming up. Like, really big.
And no, this isn't time for panic rehearsals in my bathroom mirror.
We've all been there.
I'm heading to 3 of Us Studios, where prep goes way beyond just memorizing lines. The vibes, immaculate. The pricing, affordable. The confidence, let's just say,
Broadway better make room.
Wish me luck.
So I have 3 scripts scripted pieces of content.
I'm doing tomorrow, so as you can see, 1, 2, I have everything labeled, and 3.
My Instagram has been growing pretty fast, which is so exciting, but I wanted to make sure I'm doing a proper reintroduction so people know who I am. I literally packed a suitcase. Can you see? There's the suitcase on the floor. We are back from our very long journey of taping a million different things. It is 2:38. I'm first going to become one with my bed and put on PJs, take my makeup off, wash my face, because the rest of the day is gonna be spent right there editing. Technically, my work day in terms of editing computer stuff is just starting right now. One of the things I love about the jobs I have is I can create my own schedule, which I love. Chef's kiss. It also means that I have multiple work days throughout my day. I definitely do not work a 9-to-5 schedule, which I could never do. I don't know how people do it. I actually did an internship when I first moved to the city in 2016, 2017. I learned I am not a 9-to-5 or 9-to-6 kind of gal. I can't do it. I don't know how people sit at a desk all day. Never has been me, never will be me. I love that I can create my own schedule and each day looks different for me. Take off makeup, wash face, pajamas, eat, work. That's what we're gonna do. And action. It is 3:12. I have been working from my bed. I finally made my bed because I finally just got out of it, if I'm being honest. As you know, I am not a coffee drinker, so I actually have a Coke with lime. It is giving me the caffeine I need to get through the second half of my day. We have to shoot the second half of our ad. I am shooting right now. I moved my desk from the other side of the room so I could use it against this wall, but look how stunning these look. Also, just look how massive this is. I cannot wait to devour this after I film everything. Okay, you can go. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Ready? Okay.